of what we think makes our game special.
The big thing
So
is
let's
getting
jump
past
in
the hype.
and
you
take
know.
a look.
I don't respond to marketing stuff that well, but I do respond to really cool dev blogs. So let's get into it.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities.
I can dig
But
it,
this
man.
time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours.
Yeah, but they've talked about that before. It's like a lot of this is just going to be
And
resource
it wasn't
farming on
until
these
now
planets.
that we had the technology to create it.
So it's not like you're going to be finding. Also, he said
From
he
the
talked in
rocks
an
at your
earlier
feet
dev blog
to
about
the
like, you know,
mountains in the
building,
distance,
you know, your
to
base
the
and stuff
people
on
and
these
creatures
planets.
that
So it's
live
not
in
going to
these
be like,
worlds.
you know, storylines on all these planets.
That isn't just a backdrop.
So that's
moon
food
is
for thought.
actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
I'll say it again.
Realistically
Star
simulate
Citizen, eat your heart
the
out.
galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on
That
the
looks
type
amazing.
of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person.
Oh, I'm going to be first person the whole way, I think.
We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do
yeah.
explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources,
Okay.
do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Abandoned mine. Oh, getting shot at. Frame rates look good here. That looked really good. I mean, that's the combat's
We
looking
do
smooth.
love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up.
Yes,
And
please.
you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from
That looks like a
all of your
cool gun.
weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship,
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
and he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and
It's
relatable.
recognizable, you
For
know.
us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style
Oh,
coming through in your
God,
ship.
that looks good.
Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch. A bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away, This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones.
That's cool.
But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Man, that looks good. Subspace.
Welcome to UC Space.
I like you can fly your ship in first person or in third person as well.
Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story.
I love how
We try
he
and
literally
tell
has
as
a
many
title
small
that says
stories
lead
as
city
possible.
designer.
This is a colony war memorial.
That's how big this
It's
is. There
few
has to be a
moments of gameplay
person
that make
who's
the
in
space
charge
feel
of
like
just
it's
the
full
city.
of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you.
Oh, it's the Mass Effect vision.
If you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled system.
Spoiler
It's
alert!
definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
Monsters 2!